What is up, Gig Nation? Welcome back to the channel. I know a lot of you are out there on the front lines doing absolutely everything that you can do to help in this pandemic, whether that's delivering groceries to the elderly and immunocompromised, delivering food to the same group of people. We're all doing everything that we can do to help each other get through these very stressful times. But when we're out there on the front lines, it's important to remember to protect ourselves. And one of the biggest factors that comes into play when you're working in the gig economy is the benefits that you have as a driver, delivery driver, shopper, whatever your position is. Now, if you've been a subscriber to this channel for a long time, you'll know that in a lot of my older videos, I had a hard time recommending people work in the gig economy full time. Now, this is not because I dislike the gig economy or I dislike what it brings to independent contractors. I actually personally really enjoy the flexibility. But if you're coming from a full-time position where you have benefits, health insurance, all of these things available to you, and you find yourself in the gig economy, you may be putting yourself at some risk. And during troubling times like these, we find that those risks may be increasing substantially. So today we're going to look at some of the options that you have as an independent contractor in the gig economy to better protect yourself moving forward so that you can confidently go out there, be a part of the solution, continue to get those earnings so that you can pay the bills, do the things that you need to do, but do so with confidence. And we have seen certain gig economy apps try and offer some extent of benefits and coverage during the COVID-19 crisis. But there's a lot of people out there questioning whether these benefits are enough. And there have been some really big articles coming out about Uber drivers, delivery drivers who thought that they had certain benefits, thought that they were covered, and it turns out that they weren't. And personally, I had not addressed these topics a lot in the past because I like to provide solutions, and there weren't a lot of good solutions out there for people in the gig economy. We kind of just ended up putting ourselves at risk. But today I want to look at a potential solution that could be really beneficial to drivers at a very affordable price. And the organization that I'm talking about today is NAA Health through NAA Worldwide. So I first found out about this a couple of weeks ago, and I did a little bit more digging. I made some phone calls and was able to get a hold of the president of the company and talk to him more about his stance and what they are doing to protect gig economy workers. And the concept is really simple here. What they've done is they've partnered with one of the biggest insurance providers worldwide, that's Transamerica, and they are bringing to the gig economy the benefits, the insurance that normally you cannot get unless you are working full-time in a corporate job. So today we're going to look at 2 points of their coverage. There is a lot more that they can do for you, but we're going to look at the 2 most important parts, in my opinion, during this pandemic, during this crisis, when a lot of the leading health experts out there are saying that we're going to see a second wave of the coronavirus in the fall. For those of you that are out there like me on the front lines delivering food, maybe shopping, you might be worried that if you were to catch this virus, would you be protected? Would you have benefits? Could you continue to support yourself? So the plans provided by NAA Health, and I'm going to leave a link to their website down below later so you can check these out yourself. These are a telemedicine plan and an accidental and critical illness plan that protect you in times of need. And they kind of go in tandem. That's why I'm hitting on both of these. So let's go ahead and start with the first one, and that is the telehealth plan. Now, this is a very important plan and a really cool way to approach medicine during the COVID-19 pandemic because a lot of hospitals are very busy. They can't take people in who want basic diagnosis, referrals, and etc. So with this telehealth plan, you only pay $9.99 out of pocket for the individual, or if you want that full family coverage, you pay $17.99 a month. And this gives you access to virtual doctor visits 24/7. That's days, nights, weekends, and even during holidays. And as a part of this plan, you can actually get COVID-19 testing as well. So if you think that you may have caught something, if you're feeling sick, this is something that you will be covered for. You will be able to see if you test positive for the illness. Now, the doctors that you're going to be visiting through this telehealth platform are not just any doctors. These are national board certified doctors with an average of 15 years in practicing experience. You can get non-emergency diagnosis, referrals, and even medications refilled. Now, on average, this could save you up to $210 per visit because going in to see your doctor really is not cheap. And included in this plan is medical, pediatric, and even behavioral health visits. So during one of these medical sessions through the telehealth plan with a doctor, there are over 50 different non-emergency scenarios that they can help you with. These include allergies, cold and flu, ear problems, vomiting, urinary problems, UTI, and more. And the plan also comes with a free prescription drug savings card. As I mentioned earlier, you can apply at naahealth.com, and I will leave a link down below. Okay, so now let's get into the second part of this coverage, and this is really important, guys. So there is a reason why I decided to get into all of this and why I feel like it's very important for you to consider if you're in the gig economy. As mentioned previously, the telehealth coverage, that plan that for an individual only costs $9.99 a month, will actually provide COVID-19 testing. But what if you test positive? That means you're sick, you're quarantined, you have to stay at home for a few weeks up to a month, maybe even more. How are you going to pay those bills and provide for yourself? Well, let's talk about the benefits package, the accident coverage, and critical illness coverage. So these are things that are normally something that you would get if you work full-time. Let's say you're working in the office, at corporate headquarters, Uber, DoorDash, wherever it may be. You are able to get some sort of benefits so that if you're sick, you have paid sick leave. But this is not something that's always available to gig economy workers. So you might be asking yourself, well, this sounds great, but how much do I have to pay for it? Well, it's actually relatively cheap. For individuals, plans start as low as $21 a month. And if you want to get your whole family covered with these benefits, you can pay as little as $38 a month. So before I dive into exactly what is included here in this coverage, let's put this in a little bit of perspective here, because a lot of people don't like spending a lot of money on stuff that may even be essential for them. You might be saying, well, hey, this is something that I would get for free if I worked full time. Actually, it's not. If you're working full-time, what most companies are going to do is they're going to pay a large chunk of these benefits, and then you're going to pay a little bit out of pocket. So these rates that you're seeing through NAA Health are actually comparable to what you'd be paying out of pocket. So they're doing a lot of subsidizing here to basically bring you the same benefits that you could get full time. And that's what I think is so cool about this, because a lot of my skepticism about the gig economy was based on the fact that you don't have benefits and protection like this. And we're seeing plans here that are quite affordable and that can give you a lot of those benefits. So let's talk a little bit more about what's included here. If you are hospitalized or declared too sick to work, you will be covered for your hospital stay, medical expenses, and be paid up to $250 a day, 365 days a year. So this is for independent contractors, small business owners, but you don't actually have to be employed to be eligible for these benefits. If you are interested in applying for these benefits, you can do so at naahealth.com. At the top right-hand corner of the screen, you're gonna go ahead and click on insurance, and then let's get started. I'll leave a direct link to this page to make it really easy for you guys. If you have any questions about these plans, about this coverage, go ahead and leave a comment for me down below. I'll do the best that I can to get you guys answers, because personally, this is something that I believe in. I do think it is a really valuable service, valuable coverage provided at a reasonable price for gig economy workers. Now, you should also make sure that you check out the website of the parent organization, that is NAA Worldwide. They're the ones that have set up the NAA Health website, and you should do so because they do have a membership package that you can actually get started for free. That's the bronze package, and it has a ton of benefits. It's kind of like comparable to an AARP membership or a AAA membership. Just the sheer number of partnerships that they have and the tools dispensable and available to you as an independent contractor are really huge. So make sure to check that out as well. I will leave a link for that down below. as well, right by all the other links. Now, I've done the best that I can to cover what I feel like are the most important plans for us gig economy workers to look at that are offered by NAA Health, but they do a lot on their own YouTube channel to talk about this in even more detail. They have professionals that are addressing all of the major questions, so make sure to check out their YouTube channel as well. And once again, by all of those other links that I'm leaving down below in the description, I will leave a link to their YouTube channel. If you feel that this information was useful, make sure to hit that like button so that it can get out to other gig economy workers who need this essential coverage. And make sure to tune back in for more related videos about the gig economy and everything you need to know as an independent contractor, whether you're working in food delivery, shopping, driving, we cover it all here at Gig Nation.